keep getting asked a question about emulsion paints and when people are applying. It seems to react when you're rolling or brushing. You seem to go over an area, and then as you're going back over it, it seems to pull the paint up and make it all look funny, and also like going a bit like congealing together type thing. I was looking for the word there. Basically what it is to do with is washable paints, actually applying it over another washable paint. And sometimes what happens is, because it can't soak in, it just sits on the surface and starts drying, and then starts kind of pulling back off and reacting a little bit, and because it's not bonded proper to the surface. And the only way around it is to paint as quick as you can, not go over areas that much, and just allow it to dry. Once it's dry, it's pretty well bonded to that other surface, but then the second coat seems to go over a lot better. Whether that's because the paint's not cured for that long, that could be what it is, because sometimes emulsion paints can take up to 5 days to cure proper, especially the washable ones. So what I'm going to do on this board, I've got some super matte emulsion paint, which is ideal for new plasterwork super matte. Obviously thin it out with the instructions on the back. So first of all, I'm going to coat the whole board up with super matte, and then I'm going to paint half of it with this Valspar scrubbable. So this is like a waterproof paint. Then I'm going to allow them to dry, and then I've got some Easy Care bathroom paint, soft sheen, and then I'm going to coat it up and see which side reacts. So when it comes to emulsioning on a flat surface, always clean it off first. If there's any grease, you know, if you need to wash it down, give it a wash down. You can usually tell. And then if it's flat, you can give it a light sand. And then always dust off. Right then, so I'm going to give it a coat of the super matte first. I'm going to use this medium pile mini roller. Always make sure you stir your paint up. I've already done that. Someone's nicked the handle off this. So load your roller up first. I'm going to cut in along that bottom edge there. not bad paint at all, this. It's just not hard wearing as a surface when it's dry. If you spill anything near it, I'm going to have to cut the top in as well because it's too close. It can always look funny, this paint, sometimes when you're going over a dark colour and such, as you can see there. But it's funny because when it dries out, it almost like bleaches a little bit. It's like wetting a piece of paper, and then when the paper dries out you can't see through it as much. Paint's almost like that sometimes. That'll do. Right then, we'll come back to that in a minute when it's dry. Right then, that's dried pretty well. And you can see how the opacity, when it dries, is really good. You know, another coat and it'd cover over that green. So I'm just going to leave that as it is and split it now and do this side in the Valspar scrubbable. Okay, so I'm going to split the board. That's one, well, I'm going to need the brush a little bit. But it's already doing it up there where I actually just cut in, so really I've no need to go any further. I'm going to show you what's reacting there now. See there now, as I'm going back over this, the roller's actually picking it off, and it looks like it's reacting. Look at it lumping up. So that's where I go on about, you have to paint fast and not go back over an area. Look at the state of that. So what I'll do is I'll paint this side as fast as I can and allow that to dry, and then I'll allow this to dry. See what we're left with. I mean, that's unbelievable. It's just picked it all off there. So you've got to be really careful sometimes when you're using paints like this. If you notice it starting to happen like that, then I'll show you how you've got to paint on this side. So when that starts happening, you've no choice but just to paint as quick as you can and not leave anything too long. You just got to try and get it off. And leave it before it starts reacting. I'm not going to go back over that now. That's it. Done. That's a nightmare. These are both dried enough for the next step. I mean, this side is pretty bad, but at the end of the day you wouldn't go over it as much. Once you notice this happening, obviously you've got to speed up to get it on, because this side is okay. But obviously on a large area you are going to get some of this happening, but it's up to you how much you interact with a layer of paint that you've just put on. You know, just go near it and try and keep off it as much as you can. Allow it to dry, and on the second coat it'll be okay. Possibly one way around it would be to use a vinyl mat before you put your washable paint on. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sand this area and then put another coat on, and I'll just show you that it won't react. That just took a little bit of sanding down like that. Really is tough paint, that. Unbelievable it is. Right, let's get it coated up. Right, so I'm going to do the whole board this time because it'll be ready for its next video. Again, it shouldn't react like it did. But what I'm not going to do is cut in the bottom. I'm going to roll it down. And then cut it in last. I didn't strain this paint, so there's a few bits in it. Again, it's not reacting where I put it on last time. A little bit there in the centre. That's where the join was. This is where I have to be quick in this also. So there you go, no paste, no grease, no PVA. The actual reaction there was two emulsions against each other. Two different types, one is a contract emulsion, which is not washable, no vinyl in it, and the other is a washable. And it's always when you start using the washable paints then you can start having problems. Once you overcome them problems, it's really good paint.